Hi, my name is Elliot Handley and I'm a student on the MA in Indie Games Development course at Falmouth University. In this video, I will be discussing my progress so far during Module 1, Development Practice, by reviewing what I've learned, what areas of my practice I've identified as requiring improvement, and my goals as we move into Module 2. Having not worked in a design-centric role before, or even in an industry that is centred in the creative domain, I hadn't been exposed to many of the concepts that were introduced to us during the first module, from Agile practice, a work philosophy that centres the design process in collaborative work and has a focus on customer satisfaction, to prototyping, a commonplace tool in creative industries, the purpose of which is to explore what is marketable and create a blueprint of the end product to guide iteration, or source control, a common tool used in IT-based and creative industries, allowing for distributed file sharing for remote collaborative work that allows functional tracking and managing of changes to files or coding. Every week of Module 1 has introduced me to new theories that I've done my best to apply to my practice, especially during the rapid ideation sessions. During Rapid Ideation Session 1, I created a puzzle game that I called Viking Bjorn's Journey North. When I found out we would be spending 2 weeks focused on creating a game early on in the course, I was excited to test my skills. I had already decided that I wanted to focus on Unity as the game engine I would be developing in. I made this decision because Unity is a popular platform within the games industry, with modern classics like Overcooked, Cuphead, and even Blizzard's popular card game Hearthstone being created in the engine, and I felt that by learning in Unity I would gain skills valuable to the career path that I'm trying to pursue. I spent much of the first session learning the ins and outs of Unity and just improving my technical skills using tutorials from Unity, Bracky's YouTube channel, and even a course on LinkedIn Learning. I focused on the scripting side of the program at this stage, using free assets from the Unity store to create the aesthetic I was looking for. To help manage my time and workflow, I created a board on Trello to keep track of what tasks were outstanding, what were work in progress, and what had already been finished. The project was a good introduction to systems that will be key for me for the remainder of the course, and gave me valuable insight into areas that I needed to improve. A key part of the second session was that it was collaborative, allowing me to work in a team for the first time during the module. It was great to work with a really talented artist who brought our ideas to life, and having that area covered allowed me to create more complex and interesting mechanics for our game. Initially, my desire to work on the game meant that I failed to adhere to the targets I had set myself, and I struggled to manage my workflow until I re-established a Trello board, similar to the one I had used in the first session. Once I had this in place, I was able to forge on with my development, and despite a few late nights towards the end of the 2-week period, we were able to complete our game, and to a standard that we were both really happy with. What the rapid ideation sessions threw into sharp relief was that managing my time and development roadmaps were a key area where I needed to improve. During both of the sessions, I had problems until I established a system to manage my workflow, usually via the pre-mentioned Trello boards. It's also going to be important for me to continue to develop my core skills just by creating more in Unity. The second module is going to be focused on us creating a single game throughout our studies, and so I will be working in Unity consistently throughout the module, which will give me more time to create bigger and more complex systems for my artifact. Alongside this, I'm aiming to create games different from those that I created in Module 1, in an effort to expose myself to a wider variety of genres and diversify my portfolio. As I look forward to the second module and the continuation of the course, I've set myself 2 SMART goals which I am aiming to complete by the end of Module 2. These are: firstly, to apply the Scrum technique to my future work. I've talked about Scrum a few times during the course of this video, and it's not just because of my love of rugby. Though designed for team-based exercises, there are many elements of Scrum that can be adapted to individual productivity, such as the sprint model, where a project is divided into manageable timeframes, and then outstanding work, known as the product backlog, is assigned to these sprints based on priority. And so my goal reads as follows. I will aim to apply the Scrum framework to my development during the second module to manage my project work and time effectively. I will do this by using software like Trello and by studying books such as Essential Scrum by RUBIN to guide my application, and will aim to maintain this throughout Module 2. Secondly, I aim to broaden the game genres I work on during the course of Module 2. As I've mentioned previously, I can see the benefits of this, both in my development during the course and also in my future career path. So, my second SMART goal reads, I will expand my portfolio by creating a game in a genre that I have not worked with previously, to improve my C# skills by creating new and more complicated mechanic systems, and will gauge my success based on my output at the end of the second module. Thanks for watching.